Welcome everybody to Off the Cuff. I am Adam Banks. Thank you for listening. Josh, Brian is in the studio with me. Josh, what's going on, my man?
Oh, thanks for having me, Adam. Thanks for having me. Life is good. Life is good. You know, we're finally getting some nice weather here in Lexington, Kentucky.
We really are.
We haven't had it rain for the last couple of days, which is unusual for our tropical habitat here.
It feels good.
We usually get a constant rain here in Lexington, Kentucky, apparently.
Yeah. Are you going to go to the pool? The pool's open.
Yes, I need to go to the pool. I've yet to go and get my tan on. What about you?
I mean, the pool's okay. I like the pool. Sometimes, I love sitting by the pool. It just depends on the company. Sometimes, I like going out there by myself. That's the one place that I like chilling by myself is by the pool. But laying in the sun's not good for you, though. Laying in the sun is not good for you.
Overanalyze it, yes.
I mean, come on, man. Nobody wants skin cancer. Nobody wants to grow with leathered skin.
Yeah.
Because people who tan a lot, their skin becomes into leather.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the biggest story that's been happening nationwide. And it happened just an hour away from here in Cincinnati, Ohio. There was a boy, for those of you all who haven't heard, who fell into a gorilla pit. And the gorilla picked the boy up, drug him across the water, and apparently was just, some say protecting the kid, some say he was hurting the kid.
Holding his hands.
Yeah, and poking the kid. But long story short, to get the kid out of there, they shot the gorilla and killed him. What was his name? Hussein? Not Hussein. It
started with an H. Yeah, I know
it was not Hussein. Gosh.
Yeah, it was
He wasn't American.
Yes.
And the kid, did you notice the kid didn't look scared?
No, he didn't. You're right.
The kid was straight up chilling, like looking the gorilla in the eye.
They held hands apparently at one time, and when he was dragging him around, apparently that's how a gorilla transports their cubs. This is what people were trying to do to defend the gorilla.
You gotta think.
But if I'm that parent, I'm freaking out and I'm saying, shoot that gorilla.
A gorilla is 400 pounds. Of course, it's going to drag something. It's not going to treat something. It's going to treat a human like it's an animal. It's a 400-pound gorilla.
They can maybe lift 1,000 pounds.
It could crush.
It could probably lift more than 1,000 pounds.
It could crush things with its hands, with one hand.
How much do you think a gorilla could lift? I mean,
it could crush a coconut with its hand. With one hand.
Oh, yeah, no problem.
In one hand. So imagine what a gorilla can do. Imagine what that little boy thought when he looked up and saw all that 400-pound gorilla.
He had to be terrified. I don't know how he didn't show it more.
Yeah.
I wasn't screaming and crying.
Some people say that the parents should be prosecuted.
Yeah, they're still talking about that.
What do you think about that?
I don't know if they should be prosecuted, but, man, it's a serious lesson to everybody to watch your children and to keep an eye on your children and to always think that children shouldn't be left alone to a certain extent, especially at a zoo, folks. At a zoo where there's wild animals, watch your child.
Yeah.
And I don't mean to say that a child can't slip away at some point, because they can, but this is a life lesson to us all. Watch your child.
Well, some people say that the parents were taking selfies and the kid was taunting the parents and saying, "Mom, I'm going to jump in the pit." And she was like, "If you want to jump in the pit, go ahead," because she caught her kid's bluff. But the kid just, he was just a kid. And kids are, you know how kids are. We like to do things that are just devious sometimes. Like I remember being in retail stores and hiding in the clothes because I just wanted my mom to think I was like missing, just to watch her reaction. Isn't that mean though? It's just deviant. The things that like we do as kids, and that's how the kid was. He fell in the pit. That happened. And
a gorilla can lift as much as 30 humans. 30 humans.
Yeah.
Over 10 times their body weight.
Yeah, he was dragging that kid.
So they can lift well over 1,000 pounds. Because think about how much you just said the gorilla weighs. You would think 400 pounds.
That's what they said.
10 times their body weight.
But it's something that I think I have to say this. I 100% support the zoo in their decision to shoot the gorilla.
Yes.
Because you never know what that gorilla was going to do. This is a human being and this is an animal, and I'm going to choose a human being every time.
Every time. You know what else? I think they should have shot him sooner.
Well,
if I'm there, he never drags the kid around almost. I got the gun out even sooner.
I agree with you. I don't know if they had guns there on them. I don't know.
I mean, they got to be close. You got to keep guns closer by almost.
Yeah. So I 100% support their decision and to shoot the gorilla. It's an unfortunate situation.
You don't tranquilize the animal.
You can't tranquilize the
animal.
How long
does that take?
It's going to take a long time to tranquilize.
It's going to take at least 10 minutes.
And it could just irritate the animal.
Yes.
And it could irritate the gorilla into taking it out on the kid. And that's what could have happened. And they said what the gorilla would have done probably is just thrown the kid around.
He's more upset.
Yeah,
obviously.
Just throwing the kid around.
And so you can't tranquilize the animal. No, you have to kill the animal. Unfortunately, and it's a sad day.
What's crazy about it, and I tell you, the society that we live in, I tell you, sometimes I just think that hope is just leaving. Man, everybody was having candlelight ceremonies for this gorilla. I'm sorry, that is the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life. I love animals. I do. Somewhat. I mean, dogs. I like dogs. But...
he likes domesticated animals.
But gorillas, like...
they're not domesticated.
I get it. He's extinct. He's extinct, Josh. He's... I don't know.
He ain't cuddly. He ain't friendly. He's almost like the king of the jungle. In an instant. He's the king of the jungle almost. He's just as threatening as a lion or a tiger.
So when a kid is down there, you don't know if he's going to bite his head off. And I tell you, if he did bite his head off, what if he would have bit his head off and threw his head back?
They would have been showing the videos on the news, and it would have been a much bigger scene.
Bit his head off and threw his head back to his mom, and then that would have been a different story everybody would have been talking about. There would have been no candlelight dinners for the shocked gorilla, would they?
No, there wouldn't.
But everybody just wants to make a story out of it, wants to be dramatic. Let's march around and act like
what else?
We're sad about the gorilla.
That gorilla was a man. You know what they say? A man gorilla doesn't know what to do with a child to an extent. They really don't. You know, the woman, just like in any kind of family to an extent, raises the kid mostly. Okay?
That gorilla, who knows? It would have been interesting, you know...
we'd love to watch for another minute if we somehow could, if it was a fake child. But it's not a fake child. It's a real child.
It would be interesting, to see an experiment of putting a fake child down there.
But it's not
making it as real as could be for a gorilla, and see how the gorilla would interact.
Have people around acting the same, maybe even.
Wouldn't you like to see that?
But the point is, yes. But the point is, this was not a fake child, and we are not saying anything about that. You had to do what was done.
You had to.
And any longer, that boy could have died.
Absolutely.
Maybe, you know, and so. With that being said, yes, it would be interesting, but that was not a fake scenario. A fake scenario would be great if we could play that out. But that was not.
But anyway, everybody, apparently, it's amazing that nobody got hurt.
It's great. It's fantastic.
It's amazing. That was a very interesting...
fortunate event. I mean, that kid was in there for 5 to 10 minutes.
Good night. I hated to see the gorilla die. I did. It sucks. And it was an unfortunate event, but the gorilla had to. I hated to see him die, but he had to.
Agreed. Let's talk about the NBA Finals.
You know, that's what I was going to talk about, was the NBA
You're welcome. I stole your line.
Yeah. He
He
likes to take charge of my podcast, you know, and just with the click of the button.
I don't get to do as many. You know, Adam's just selfish.
I can knock him off just with the click of a button. OKC versus Golden State. What about it?
I have Adam and muted my mic. He got mad at me. Say that again. OKC versus Golden State. Yes. What a turnaround by Golden State. They were down 3-1, and they took charge and won 3 straight. The OKC couldn't get it done. It makes you think, do you continue with this method of Russell Westbrook and Kevin Durant, or do you split the two?
You don't. I mean, you don't split them. You keep them together. Listen, I said that they were going to win the whole time. And I still think that they were the best team. I think that they should have won. They just choked.
They did.
They did not play well under pressure.
It's almost like they're... You know what a good argument is? They're not experienced enough as a team. The Warriors, who they are with right now, have been together for a couple years, growing together. Draymond Green's been with the Warriors for 3 years. You know, Steph Curry's been there 7. Klay's been there 4. You know, they've had time to grow together. Russ and KD haven't been healthy together at this high of a level for 3 to 4 years. The last time they were healthy together 3 to 4 years ago, you know where they were, folks? They were almost in the NBA Finals. And at one point ago, 5 years ago, they were in the NBA Finals against LeBron.
Golden State's just unbelievable, though. Like, everything
So let's remember that they haven't been healthy in a long time.
Goes in. Everything Klay Thompson throws up goes in.
Yeah,
it's just almost not fun to watch.
They're a better shooting team, of course. Yeah, you've got the 2 3-point shooting champs on the team the last 2 years. Steph Curry won it, 2 years ago, and Klay won it this year. So, I mean, it's incredible what these guys
Steph Curry wins again. He's going to be a 2-time MVP. He's going to be a 2-time
three-point
NBA champion, a 2-time 3-point champion.
Yes.
He is going to be the page has turned. It's a new chapter.
It
Steph
is.
Curry is the new face of the NBA.
Kobe has passed the torch, so many like to say.
LeBron James
held that torch many times before Steph Curry ever imagined.
Yeah, well,
you all don't forget that.
Well, yeah, Kobe handed it off to LeBron.
Agreed.
A little bit before Kobe retired.
2010, after he quit winning the championships.
Yeah.
So 2011, 12.
Yeah, he definitely had it 2010 at the start of the 2010 season. That's when LeBron grabbed it.
Well, Kobe won a championship that season.
I said the start of the 2010.
Yeah, Kobe.
Yeah. See, Kobe won the 2009-2010
championship. Yeah, sorry.
And then the start of the 2010 season would have been the season that LeBron James held the torch.
Just clarifying for the fans who aren't as avid followers of the Lakers as us.
Yeah.
Just clarifying, folks.
Yeah. So speaking of the Lakers,
let's not skip to the Lakers just yet. Let's talk about the finals.
What? Oh yeah.
So the Golden State has made a tremendous comeback, 3-1. I don't know if that's ever been done in the Western Conference Finals, but I don't think it has, folks. It's only been done very few times ever. 3-1 comeback.
But Billy Donovan, I hate it.
It's just sad to see, but he had a great first run, and now he will wait next year to see what his team will do, and they should grow from this, if anything. But now the Cavs take on the Warriors, and we get a rematch. Plenty of fans have wanted a rematch, and now the Cavs are healthy. And what do we think will happen, Adam? Do you think it's going to go 6? Because if it goes 6, the Cavs win. But if it goes 7, don't the Warriors win because they have home court? You don't lose Game 7 on your home court.
I don't know. It's like I could flip a coin, and I couldn't tell you who's going to
So
win.
should we flip a coin?
I don't want to flip no coin. And I tell you, I don't want nobody to win this championship. I do not
want. Not a fan of either. Almost.
I'm not a fan of either one. I'm not a fan of LeBron James. I'm not a fan of Steph Curry. I'm not a fan of either of those two. I wanted Russell Westbrook.
Very true. You do own.
I wanted Russell Westbrook
only
to
2
win
NBA teams
a championship.
Things.
And I love OKC.
The Thunder and the Lakers.
I love OKC.
You love the OKC and the Lakers.
Yeah, I love OKC
you don't
and
love
the
any
Lakers.
other teams.
But it's almost kind of like I would follow Russell wherever he went. And I don't know. And I will always like OKC as long as Billy Donovan's there.
Of course.
Because I follow Billy Donovan.
Of course.
But who knows?
Who do you project to win? Do you project the Warriors?
I can flip a coin, man, and I can tell you, I can't.
So just pretend that you flipped a coin in your mind right now. You got to choose a team for the.
Okay,
for the
boom.
listeners.
I go Cleveland.
Go Cleveland. I'm
gonna go with LeBron James. I'm gonna go with LeBron James, and I'll tell you why. LeBron James.
He's almost due at this point.
People have to think about something here. He is playing LeBron James. Steph Curry is playing against a monster. LeBron James
is just a physical specimen.
Is a basketball monster. That's the best way to
describe him. How many finals
him.
straight does this make for him, Ben?
6.
Okay. And you know what else I thought about today? Since 2007, the NBA Finals has not been played without Kobe Bryant or LeBron James. Look it up, folks. 2008 through 2010 was Kobe Bryant, and since then LeBron has been in the finals every time. So since 2007, the finals have not been without Kobe Bryant or LeBron James. And you know what? I'm okay with that. I've enjoyed these most recent years, a lot of them. They've been good. Watching LeBron lose a lot.
I don't like LeBron James. I don't, but I respect the hell out of what he does. You have to. He's a great basketball player, and he's fun to watch. And I love when I can see great players like that in our lifetime, like Shaquille O'Neal. Today, I wrote a tweet 5 years ago. I'm sorry, 5 years ago, Shaquille O'Neal retired 5 years ago today.
Huh. Interesting fact.
Did you know that?
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Who did he retire with? That's a good question.
He retired with the Boston Celtics. Did you know that?
That sounds correct.
You didn't know that.
I don't
See,
think
here's how Shaq's career went.
Oh, please.
He started with Orlando Magic.
Go right ahead.
He went with the Los Angeles Lakers.
Okay.
And then he went right over to the Phoenix Suns. Mm-hmm. And then he went over to the... He went to the Miami Heat after the Lakers.
Yes.
Then he went to the Phoenix Suns.
Then
he went to the Cleveland Cavaliers. Then he went to the Boston Celtics.
Oh, very good. It took a little time, but we got it.
No, man, I know Shaq's career, but Shaq was amazing. Watching people like Shaq.
That documentary recently, me and you.
Yes, it was great. Watching people like LeBron, watching people like Kobe, watching people like Michael Jordan. We got to see people like that in our lifetime. All those great players.
Generation. We're not entering the second. And we watched the end of that generation to a degree.
It will keep getting better. There's athletes. There's always going to be athletes out there that can play basketball. Mm-hmm. That's what's great about the game.
Oh yeah, it keeps growing, keeps becoming better.
So the Lakers have the second pick in the NBA draft.
Speaking of growing,
who do you think the Lakers will pick in the draft?
You know who they're not talking enough about?
Who?
Buddy. He's a good friend of mine. I call him Buddy.
Buddy
Hield. They ain't talking enough about this kid. This kid's a shooting guard. What did we have for the last 20 years? A shooting guard. What did that shooting guard do for us? Well, he took us to 7 championships and won 5 of them, folks. Okay? Why not go for another shooting guard? We don't have a great shooting guard right now.
We need Jamal Murray. That's who we need.
It doesn't mix.
We need somebody who can shoot the lights out.
And Buddy can shoot the lights out. I like where your head's at because you're a Kentucky fan.
Or maybe we can get a trade. Maybe we can trade our...
I'm open for that,
we can give our pick away for a trade. I'd take somebody like Devin Booker. I'd like to have Devin Booker because think about, Devin Booker's percentage was right behind Steph Curry's.
For a number 2 pick?
Right behind Steph Curry's in shots percent made during that 3-point contest. He's right behind him, man. He is going to be like a Steph Curry. He's going to be like a Klay Thompson. Devin Booker is going to be like a Klay Thompson. I would love to see that.
I think he can do that.
So I would take Devin Booker to the Lakers.
I would love for us to trade the pick and maybe a couple players for Paul George. That's been a lot of talk about that.
Who knows?
I would love to have that.
I don't want Paul George.
But no. I think we should trade for experience maybe almost and rather take a pick. Because the Lakers fans, we don't want something and it takes time. We want something now. We've had the last 2 or 3 seasons where we've just beat our worst record ever. Literally, the last 2 or 3 seasons we've beat our worst record ever every year. So we just keep beating that record. And Laker fans don't know how to handle loss. I'm a Lakers fan. You're a Lakers fan. We're used to winning. And right now, it's been a couple years, more than a couple years since we won a championship, and we would love something instant.
Do you think Magic Johnson would be upset if he turned on the TV and watched the Lakers play right now?
To a degree, very much so. But he would hope, just because, what else can you do that we have promise in some of these young players like D'Angelo Russell and Julius Randle, because they're so young and they do seem to be developing. So, as a fan and as a Lakers Hall of Famer, he hopes.
Absolutely.
And I hope as a fan. I mean, they are good. Of course they're good. But the point is also, folks, they're on one of the worst teams in the NBA. They're going to produce numbers.
And give it up to Magic, man. He's still kicking it.
He is. He's still doing his role in the organization.
He's still rocking and rolling, man. I don't think he don't seem sick at all. So give it up to Magic Johnson. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you for listening to the show. Josh, it's been awesome having you on, man.
It's been great talking about Magic Johnson again.
It has been great. And let me tell you something. I would love to go out with some Drake, but we can't because I got flagged by Drake on the last podcast on YouTube, so I couldn't. We don't need to play Drake.
Is that what happened?
So he wants...
Tell the DJ, don't tell me.
He doesn't want stuff like that anymore, so I can't do that. And I don't have no DJ, I have a producer. So producer, play some rock and roll. Play some AC/DC, producer. Play some AC/DC. And our producer shakes his head like he has no idea who AC/DC is. We have one weird producer. Josh, would you agree?
Yeah.
Or do you think he's a cool guy?
I mean, he's different, but you know what? That makes him help make our podcast great. The music that open and end the show.
Yeah, he sucks though, but he needs to play something immediately. I don't know why he is still working over there.
Well, Adam, it takes time to make a masterpiece, and at the end of the show, in the beginning, if you listen to the middle, it's all a masterpiece.
If this show was supposed to be only 20 minutes, I would be fined every time because the producer can never find a song to go out to. Just any song. Just play something off of a playlist. Just play something. There we go. Josh, thank you for doing the show. I love Michael Jackson.
Hey, thank you for having me.
Great.
I suggested that to the
Oh, I heard you. Yeah,
DJ.
So we all heard you do that. Yeah, as you sat there in
MJ,
silence.
not the ball player.
Have you ever heard the MJ song with Michael Jordan?
There's several.
Oh, I gotta show you. We'll see you later, everybody. It's been a great time. 20 minutes though. That's a great length.